We're gonna go back. We'll talk to Knock Knock, then we'll go start upgrading again, because... we gotta go talk to Knock Knock. Okay. So I think Knock Knock's over here. It's like, it feels really laggy when trying to scroll around. Knock Knock doesn't look up at your approach. He's hunched over, hard in thought. One of his ears is even twitching slightly at the effort. You might want to stop thinking before you hurt yourself. Knock Knock's ear twitching stops in mid-twitch and he swivels his head towards you. Been thinking about being a hero. If Knock Knock can even be a hero or not. He nods at you. You are Longshanks and Halfshanks who speak poorly, mangle words, bathes. He gestures around. But you make big tribe, found nation, build big city. Even if city smells bad, do great things, and Knock Knock does things and they seem small, ridiculous. I want to do what you do, but asking how. Not everyone's meant to be a hero in the same way. Knock Knock looks downcast, his face uncertain. He stares at the ground and seems defeated. Kitty, right? Useless. Couldn't make a difference. A hero could. He glances at you. Still, Knock Knock will stay. Keep trying. Find a way, and if not, he gives a tiny shrug, then no worse off than before. Get some sleep, have some food. There'll be dangers ahead to take your mind off things. Knock Knock sighs and looks up at you. You want something else? Okay. Oh no! So that counted as a fail? Oh, I don't want to fail. No, we're gonna load. I hope this is before we did the thing. I don't want Knock Knock to be sad. We like Knock Knock. Okay, let's try this one more time. I kind of wanted to try the other dialogue option anyways. Is something wrong? You could do something else. Every challenge you faced wasn't won with a blade. It was won by who you are and, well, making others laugh. Let's try that. Knock Knock looks downcast, his face uncertain. He stares at the ground and despite your encouragement, he seems defeated. Useless. Couldn't make a difference. All of them laughed at me trying to be a hero. Why not embrace it? If you can disarm problems with a trick and have them laughing along with you, then you're more king than most. A king? After a moment, he glances at you. But aren't you ruler? He pauses again, then raises his fingers. 2 rulers. He touches each finger as if trying to count, then gives up in disgust. 2 rulers would be bad. Well, let's call you by a different title, but no less important. You'll be the court's jester. Knock Knock nods, then nods again, sharper and faster. He straightens and does what passes for a royal stance. Knock Knock! Jester Knock Knock! He nods one last time solemnly. I will not fail you. Aww. I know you won't. I may call upon you from time to time. Knock Knock nods with a trace of pride and a grin you haven't seen before. He looks completely happy in his new role. You hope you don't regret this. Yay! Much better. Okay.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Okay. So everybody there is taken up. He's busy. Do the treasure first. Oh. That was good. That one went well, though. That was a failure. We got, like, minus to everything. Oh, Jathal's annoyed. Okay, so we'll have to go do Jathal's. Just so that she doesn't get annoyed. That's 40. That's much better. Start that one. Start that. Alright, let's go do Jathal's quest then. Why don't we start producing coins with your face on them? For the record, this is the way for us to get our own currency at our disposal, which will have a positive impact on the market due to inflation. I'll put it simply, producing coins does have a price, but it will pay off over time. Sure. Okay, so Jathal's quest then is Valley of the Dead. Actually, Let me check Jathal's gear. Um... How does she not have Constitution? She's got a lot of leveling up to do, too. Is it because she's undead? I don't know if I ever noticed that before. Yeah, she's undead. It's come up a few times, but... Let's do that. Okay, let's see. Sure, I'll do that. Ooh, I like this. And this. Improves critical. Plus, I guess. And then I don't even know what level all my people are. Sure. Apparently a lot higher level than I thought. She doesn't need point blank shot. Blind fight she'll take though. Ooh. Oh. I gotta check messages really fast. Okay. Yeah. I do like to look at that. The mass inflict wounds. You can still go to the image, but when you first saw it, you thought it was funny. Yeah. Can I get anything? What else can I get? Ooh, communal stone skin? Sure. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I need Jathal, I need... Alright. I don't usually heal too much anyway, so... Wait, what is here? Oh, that was it. Okay. I wish it showed a different icon if it was just something that you had to, like, be like, yes, I did this. Okay, so it is way over here. Alright!
My life is a burden. Why don't we set up camp?
I'll just do that. That's fine. Alright. That's why I was just okay with doing the basic food, because,
Step.
the woman seems incredibly old and haggard. It's hard to believe she can move at all, let alone reach such wild places. But her dark eyes burn with a cold flame. Why do you disturb a poor pilgrim? I'll live, perhaps, my final days. She suddenly trails off, casting her eyes upon Jethal. Has Urgathoa heard my pleas? I have been waiting for so long. Jethal does not seem pleased. She looks upon the old woman's pale and wrinkled face, barely concealing her disgust. You may call me Jethal. You guessed correctly, we serve the same goddess. In case you are unaware, a servant of Pharasma is chasing you. We could help you, but first I would know who you are and how you might prove yourself useful. The woman nods lifelessly. I'm not surprised. The servants of Pharasma have chased me for nearly 40 years. My name is Tanika. What do you want to know? What do you know about Jethal, and why are you seeking her help? How could I not recognize the one chosen by the goddess? Her power in you shines like the full moon on a black velvet sky. I know that she can do many things, including sharing her gift with others. And what are you doing in the Valley of Dead? Oh. I came here sensing the awakening of an ancient and powerful undead creature. Hoping perhaps I could somehow scoop up a handful of his incredible power, turn myself undead, and slip away from death. But it seems that I am too late. Tanika whispers and lowers her head. And who are you? What do you want from us? This cannot be explained in one breath. Long ago, I was a powerful priestess of Urgathoa, the leader of a secret coven. I had everything: power, beauty, wealth, admirers ready to sacrifice their lives for me. I possessed the secret of Urgathoa's ritual, which grants the power to overcome death and old age. It demands the life of blood relatives as a payment. But what of that? I had given birth to 2 adorable daughters and raised them in anticipation of the day when their youth and beauty would become mine. Wow, what a bitch. Penguin. I called that. Come on, what are you doing? Say hi. No? There you go. So she had kids just so she could murder them later. But go then. You're fine. What are you doing? I cannot read. Your tail is in my face. Come on. Go somewhere. Jeez. But I was naive and overconfident of my power. I met an enemy who destroyed me and all my hopes of a second youth. But why would you care about the grief of a dying old woman? I still know the secret of the ritual, and I can share it with you. Oh, beautiful Jethal. The ritual will grant you immense power. You can even become a living being again if that is your wish. All I ask in return is that you prolong my life, raise me as undead. The other roads to eternity are closed to me, and I do not wish to die. But undead is still dead. This offer sounds tempting. What do you say, kitty? You want Jethal to kill you and raise you as undead, and in return you offer her the secret of a ritual? I do not think killing me is necessary. Only the pathetic remnants of my former strength support my body. I need only loosen my grip and my end will come swiftly. Yes, in exchange, I offer a priceless secret. It can be used in many ways to grant new powers or even a new life. I've made my decision. I'm listening. Despite her detached composure, the undead elf looks at you with tension in her eyes. She lowers her voice to a whisper. We might accept this offer, then change the agreement after I possess the secret of the ritual. Knowledge is knowledge. Agree and receive the secret, then I will decide if we should use it or not. Tanika looks at you with insane hope in her eyes. Then, with a trembling hand, she pulls a large scroll from somewhere under the rocks and hands it to Jathal. I almost did not expect... I yearn to know that I have endless years ahead instead of an imminent end. Give me this chance, sister, and be blessed by our goddess. Tanika's eyes slowly fade as her life force leaves her decrepit body. A moment later, the woman falls heavily to the ground, dead. Jathal looks at the corpse with disgust. Now, I propose we leave this carrion to the ravens. This pathetic, weak, ugly creature is unworthy of Urgathoa, and even more unworthy of her gift of unlife. Lies and pride, that is all you are and all you will ever be, Jathal. Don't think yourself any more. This woman was a monster in life and she'll be even worse as an undead. It may seem cruel, but in my opinion, we shouldn't revive her. I am relieved that we can always find a common language. Let's move on. I'm impatient to study this ritual and hunt down the half-blood. Enyo. The false merchant Enyo walks towards you with an easy gait. His calm friendliness has disappeared, like a mask fallen from his face. His clothes are decorated with the easily distinguishable symbol of Pharasma. I hope you've settled all your affairs with the poor old exile. It was an interesting show to watch. Time to explain yourself. I don't have much to add, beyond what I'm sure you already know. I'm the Inquisitor of Pharasma, and for almost 40 years I've hunted the undead and cultists of Urgathoa for the glory of the Lady of Graves. I destroyed Tanika's coven, I tracked Jathal into the wasteland and killed her, only to find that her hideous deity returned her to life. To put an end to that, I made use of a company of naive young elves from a camp near the Thorn River. What a stunning frankness. Jathal smiles lightly, almost affectionately. Did you imagine, Half-Blood, that those youngsters could handle me and the Queen? Don't be so naive, Inquisitor. I held no hope that the young elves would kill either you or your defender. No, I wanted you, rather, to kill them, and I did all I could to inform their relatives in Keonan of the horrible violence you perpetrated. Retribution will follow sooner or later. One lonely warrior of Pharasma may fail, but 3 elven clans will find a way to exact their revenge. There's no way out, Jathal. Not for you. I should just murder him. Deliberately send them to their deaths. They were a necessary tool to complete my mission. In my youth, I thought the best decision was a bold, honest battle against apostates and monsters. But I learned much from my struggle against Tanika. There's nothing worse than seeing an abomination rise before you and being powerless to strike it down. One must use any method available. Die!
used to lighting enemies on fire first.
Good, you dead.
Fireball!
Taste my fury. Unworthy.
Nice.
Be easier if you not fight back. That hurt? Good.
Cannot hide from me.
Another fireball!
Tear them apart!
He exploded twice!
Time becomes distance.
All right. Okay, so then we go back. I'll check this as soon as I can. Continue.
My life is a burden.
Rest.
I wonder, is it the constant cold that makes northern barbarian brains work so slowly? Or is it that the tribes are so secluded that they've become incestuous?
I wonder too. Our old ones start drooling around 90. But you elves live for hundreds of years. How much idiocy do you save up in your heads over the ages?
All right. I need to get espionage, damn it. Okay, let's see how long until some of these are done. He's busy. He's busy. She's busy. He's busy. Um... 55 days. Actually, let me... Let's buy a bunch of BP and then see if we can't upgrade some places. I want to see if we can upgrade this place. Maybe I can get a tower in here or something. Actually. Let's do a... Anything else that does... do the shrine, then the monument, and then I could do... Because that's a tavern. I'll leave that at that, actually, for now. And then we'll see if we can build any of the others. Like, can I build the mage thingy? Yes, I can. Foundry, trade shop. Okay, so they don't have a tavern yet. Okay, so there is a barracks. Does this have a longhouse? Yes, where is it? It's up there. I'm looking for stuff that boosts relations. Oh, there's a brewery already. That's probably good too. It's because I don't have espionage. Yes, Grand Diplomat wants to talk to me. Oh, please tell me this unlocks espionage. I have no water. I was gonna get a drink and I have no water. That's why I've been like pushing this stuff so hard. Lindsay shifts from foot to foot. Kitty, not all diplomatic problems are solved openly. Sometimes a problem needs to be concealed, and sometimes knowledge must be ciphered and secrets overheard. To do this, you would need a spy chief. I'm not fit for the job. I'm used to speaking my mind, not keeping silent. Please find a worthy minister for this position, and meanwhile, I will try to handle today's delicate matter. There's a guard detail from Seven Arches at the border. They were sent by the Voice of the Wind, one of the elder druids who rule Seven Arches, a diplomat and chief scout. Their guard keeps insisting there's an elf hiding in our lands, a fugitive who slipped out of their city. They asked us to help capture him, or at least not to hinder their search. But in Seven Arches, they'll say an elf is a criminal when they really mean he's a hindrance. Since it wasn't us who sentenced him, why should we assume that he's a villain? It would be better to find him and help him get back home to Keonan. Relations +3, Divine +3, Relations and Arcane. I'm gonna do this one. Helping him get home is a nice thing to do. I'll make sure we find the elf and get him back home safely. I'm sure Keonan will appreciate the friendly act. They might even send a letter of gratitude, along with some ancient magical books. Oh, I should stop daydreaming. Finally! And yes, to chill. Gotta get those spies. Source of invisibility. Okay. Ooh, Ekin. All right. Okay, success. Failure, minus to economy, relations, and stability. Oh, that's not good. Everybody fails. Shit. See, I wish that this would tell you whether it would keep you occupied or not, because now I just wasted 14 days. Oh wait, the Wrath of the Forest. Okay. Whew. Kitty, these lands are like a forest. Everyone is hungry, and all keep constant watch on their predators and their prey. What you need is ears, by which I mean spies. We don't have any yet, but others do. They're planting them among us. I must stay in the shadows so I can catch them. Don't tell anybody I'm your head of espionage. Simply tell them I'm a minister. Keep it simple. A crowded caravan has arrived, the kind that often carries illegal goods. The guards searched the caravan and found a stash, but it didn't have potions or artifacts. It contained spying equipment. It's unclear who the spy is, but he's clearly experienced. He had fine tools. We must catch the spy to track down his master. This is an animal that must be stalked quietly. We'll need a tail on every member of the caravan, but let them keep back. No threats, no torture. There's only one spy. The others are not at fault. Let the guards watch those who arrived by the caravan. Ekin nods. I'll order the guards to keep an eye on the merchants. A messenger from a distant village has arrived. Something strange is happening there. It would appear that some wizard is fooling around. The locals have never met any wizards, but one of them found a strange charm from the swamps not long ago. He showed it to the whole village and bragged of his luck. The lucky fellow now completely refuses to allow anyone to examine the charm, so no one has been able to discover if it is a reason behind the disorder in the village. He's within his rights, he found it, and it's his property. Besides, the magical interference so far has been harmless. No one has been hurt yet. Octavia taps her on her chin thoughtfully. I think the locals are simply scared, and nothing more. Let's not make something out of nothing, and leave the charm to the person who found it. Otherwise, we'll set an example for other squealers, and be buried under an avalanche of anonymous letters. It's only one little trinket. What's the worst that could happen? This sounds terrible. But okay. What the? A strange golem enters your throne room. It is seriously hurt, barely moving its legs and swaying as if it's drunk. Help us. Help. Help. A frowning harem quickly responds. How do you like that? Again, someone needs our help, and again it has to do with golems. Does any of this seem familiar, Kitty? Those simpletons from Skiega clan must have dug up something else, and got themselves into trouble again. The priest's remarks are punctuated by a terrible clanging sound as the golem collapses on the floor in pieces. And I warned them they were wooing death. I warned them! Let's return to that fortress that they couldn't get inside and see what's happened this time. Yes, we need to go check on them. Just don't go without me, alright? I want to see with my own eyes what catastrophe they brought this time. All while praying to their Torag. Do you remember our little adventure with the Fey Lords and their inconsequent debates? Damn them. Before you ask by damn them, I meant both the debates and the Lords. Anyway, I've been thinking about that dreadful verbiage we received as a reward for the trials. The answer to the question about the fate of the gnome race. Allow me to remind you of the text. Numbers will help you on your way. One of them is 5th and 10. It will be easy to find if you read. Who opened the road for the ancient dead man and his black-feathered messenger. The second is 12 times 12, and is thrice the number of those who lost their faces. Don't try to guess it now, it's not yet the time. Wait until he who is born twice will twice be defeated. Put the two numbers together. When the moon leaves her path, near the waters of the Candlemere, find the one who will open the secret. Not a single reasonable creature would spend valuable time solving this sort of phrase mince. If only someone knew how much effort it required to treat the matter seriously. But it paid off. It's obvious that the part about open the road for the ancient dead man and his black-feathered messenger refers to Willis Gunderson, who awakened Mordecai. This guess led me to think... Obviously, that part about he was born twice will twice be defeated referred to Armagh. Exactly! We couldn't have known that at the time of the debates, because we hadn't even met Armagh yet. which makes me wonder who this respected host might be. But that's neither here nor there. So what do we know? The riddle recommends we start looking after the twice born is twice defeated, and that's happened. The other part, thrice the number of those who lost their faces, that's also only clear now. It's 24, 3 times the number of the defaced sisters there were. But the rest, what does it mean? When the moon leaves her path? And how does a dozen times a dozen equate to 24? Sorry, a dozen times and a dozen equate to 24. I'll have to study some astronomy reference books and write to some priests of Desna that I'm acquainted with. It's probably about some rare celestial phenomena. I meant to ask you to deal with the first part of the riddle, the one about Willis Gunderson. Remember the riddle? We don't need to find him or talk to him, just read him. Here's what I think it means. I discovered that the poor fellow wrote and published a few horrendous books. Perhaps the answer is hidden in one of them. The very thought of digging through that parody of literature is disgusting. I very much appreciate some help. Perhaps some book lover in the city will have a volume or two of his work. Do you think a dozen times in a dozen is something that happens every month? Like there's a 24th day in every month, and there's 12 of them in a year. Jubilos looks at you with suspicion. Everything can't be that simple. Or can it? With the Fae, you never know. Well, it's a good guess, but it still doesn't spare us the need to look at the dreadful books. Okay, I'll look for the books. Good luck on this difficult quest. I remind you, the riddle says we need to find something 5th in 10 and somehow related to Gunderson's writing. We put it together with the number 24 and go to the Candlemere when the moon leaves her path. I hope this isn't some elaborate Fae prank, because if it is, I won't have to do any more research to understand what made the gnomes leave the first world. It was the stinking neighbors. He brought me something. Hermit's rope. Sunbeam. I think I have one of these already. Persecutor. Alright, done. Ish. Oh, Fiery Eye was a bow. Wisdom and Constitution, eh? Okay, let me see what's here really quick. I bet it's just going to be closing off those missions, but at least then we won't have the indicator there. Yep. Another burn, eh? Alright. I will do one more burn, and then I'm probably going to stop and go make dinner. So, let's do one more burn, guys, and then I'm going to stop for the day. Well, not for the day. I'm going to stop for probably an hour or two and make some food. I know, I'm making steak with mashed potatoes and gravy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, guys, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to go make some food, and then I will be back. I'm not sure what with yet. Either with some more of that Age of Darkness game, or possibly something else, depending on whether Mux is up for anything or not. So thank you guys so much. I shall be back. Is anybody streaming right now? Let's send it over to Mel. Mux, you want to send it over to Mel while I finish up? Or I can. There we go, I got it. I'm gonna head over there just to kind of chat. She's doing some more retro point-and-click stuff with her husband. So yeah, we will see you guys. We're just about finished, I think. But yeah, thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys all in a little bit. We like retro games? Yeah. With something. We'll see what. See you guys all soon. Bye, everybody.